Did I make it unlisted?
We're live. I don't know. What's unlisted mean?
I don't know. Hang on a minute.
I'll just keep fixing my hair.
Oh, it's on.
Okay.
It's just nobody watching.
Nobody's watching us. Oh. Who is that? Hi.
Tim Basco. He says hi. Oh, 15 people. See? It takes a minute for it to catch up.
I know, but this is a part of live streaming I hate. That awkwardness while you just wait for everyone to join.
I am not going to be able to see this.
I know. I can't read those either.
Hold on a minute. Oh, here we go. I figured out how to do it from my computer. Howdy, everybody. Can you hear us?
The kid can hear us.
Get ready for a 3-year-old to invade the conversation.
We're doing pretty good.
Oh god, this is going way too fast. They can't hear him.
Oh, I bet they can hear the kid.
Like Indy. Hi, kiddo.
Oh, they can hear us.
Oh,
Good
loud
job.
and clear. Good deal. Can they hear our 3-year-old son causing a ruckus? Yes, kiddo, we hear you.
Oh, they can hear him too. Don't worry, Max is trying to make an appearance too.
Oh, and we've got the dog.
It's a whole family event today.
Yeah, nobody can make out what he's saying. Production quality. Yeah, I know.
Don't knock down the wine.
Greetings from Sweden. Wow, that's cool. Very cool.
Good evening? Good morning? Good morning.
No, it's later there. It's like midnight there,
Okay.
right?
Wow. Max, calm down. Hey, come on. Go find a bone.
Yeah, we
Oh,
are
found it.
technically, we're in lockdown, right?
Yep.
In Illinois.
Yep. Governor just
You don't have to yell.
Sorry, Governor extended it to the 30th today, or tomorrow officially.
Yeah. So
It's a German short-haired pointer.
Yep. Yeah, but Iowa's not in lockdown. I was in Iowa today, and it's just like business as usual there. Yeah, we've been in lockdown for
This is week
2
3.
weeks?
This was the start of week 3.
Yeah, start of week 3. Yeah, it sucks. Like it's already bad enough. It's crappy weather and it's Illinois, but now we're on lockdown, so there's officially nothing to do.
No.
I thought Wisconsin was going into a lockdown.
Oh, they want to know what old machine you're gonna fix next.
Uh,
Oh, drinking. Oh, I haven't drank as much as I thought I was gonna drink in this lockdown.
That might be a surprise.
Ooh, we have a surprise.
It's a Ford. Faithful viewers have seen it before. It was a, what do you call it? An Easter egg?
Oh, yeah.
Start pranking my wife? Yeah, I don't think she'll put up with that.
Yeah, that won't go over very well.
Where do we stand with my brother's front end loader? That's a very good question. I might have some footage of that loader. Are there really 200 people watching this?
Yeah, and 42 likes.
Wow, that's amazing.
I need more wine.
Sorry. So the HD5 loader, spoiler alert, he got it driving. So I might have some video footage of that. Stay tuned. The engine is not blown up. Also stay tuned for that. We're going to have a little bit of fun trolling everyone who said that the head gasket was blown and the liner seals were blown and the whole engine was basically destroyed.
April Fool's tomorrow, the Captiva was sold.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's going to be a while till the Captiva sells. I don't have a dealer's license, so we don't want to bounce the title. So I have to wait for the title to be transferred. So it's going to be a little while in order for us to even put the Captiva up for sale. So that's where we're at with that. I bought some stuff to restore the trim on that.
Ooh, I like a good chocolate martini.
What are you drinking? She's drinking some kind of Diablo wine.
I'm drinking just Merlot.
Merlot, yeah. Yeah, machine tool reconditioning. There probably will be some. I don't know when. I'm still working on getting my machine tools to actually, run so I can use them. So we don't have 3-phase here, and I haven't had a chance to get that sorted out. So I have a myriad of machine tools that need to be reconditioned. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Box wine. Franzi, that's the good stuff.
I drink that with my father-in-law. He really likes box wine.
How did you learn? Hold on.
I do love a good tequila.
All right, Aunt D36 asked me how I learned so much about fixing machines. People ask me that all the time. I don't have an answer for you, other than I just had a bunch of broken machines and I had to figure out how to fix them.
They're asking about you working alone.
Who's asking me that?
It's at the very top.
These things go so fast.
Yeah, we do like spotted cow, but not. We're running low.
Yeah, we got to sneak across the border and replenish our supply.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Whatever happened to the 70s Mac R model? I went back to the guy who owned it. That was just a customer's truck, and I sent it back to him. Man, I'm missing so many of these.
I wish this many people would come to my virtual office hours for my math class.
Yeah, my wife's the expert at live streaming. She's been teaching online. Oh, man, I'm missing these. Sorry, guys, I'm missing a lot of these.
Oh, yeah, the shop is definitely not getting sorted.
I'm trying. We're trying to get the shop sorted out. So I got these big metal tubs that are just kind of full of stuff. I literally have one that's just completely full of wire, and I'm trying to get it all sorted out. I got to build some more steel racks, get some stuff up off the floor.
That's a lot of beer, but I believe in you.
Lockdown plus booze equals children. Let's hope not, Jeff Barker. We got enough children as it is.
Yeah, we are not going to be part of that baby boom.
Yes, she is a teacher, Brian. Did I go to any tech schools? No, I did not. I did go to college.
Yeah,
but I did not.
Don't let him fool you. He hasn't.
We're not talking about that. Okay, what's this yellow thing mean?
I don't know. People are like something with
Hold
money.
on.
What's this money stuff?
All right, guys. Sorry, we did a live chat, like a live stream, maybe 2 years ago. I'm not very up on these.
Well, we tried to do one and our internet's not very good, so
hold on. Jason Nash.
We're working on it.
Jason Nash did a super chat for $25. He says, Wes and wife, y'all are great. Your vehicle resurrection videos keep me
through all of this.
Keep me and through all of this. Any more revivals planned? Good luck here in Virginia. All right, Jason. So the next revival on the list is one that you may have seen in a previous video. It's a Ford, a fix or recycle dilemma. But before we do that, we're probably going to try to get the crazy backhoe GMC truck thing running. I went out there once before to Location X. The engine is seized up. Oh, something happened.
No, I'm just reading the comments.
I think the live stream might have died. Anyway,
oh, no.
Last time I was there, the engine was seized up, so I filled up the cylinders with some automatic transmission fluid. That was in October. So I'm going to go back out there hopefully pretty soon, and we're going to try to get it cranking over. What am I missing?
Oh, don't finish your statement. Do you like working on gas engines or diesels?
I don't really care. I think gas engines are a little easier to work on personally.
How's the snow plow truck going? No news is good news on the snow plow.
Yeah, I haven't heard from those guys for a while, so we'll assume that it's working fine. Yeah, she's right. No news is good news in this business.
It's in our backyard. We actually just moved, so he can work a lot closer to home, which is awesome. because he can come in for dinner and go back to work if he wants.
Hold on, honey. They're giving you nerdy math questions.
Oh, goodness,
Graph
no.
theory, abstract algebra.
Taking it. I've taken it. I'm trying to get a master's, but I'm not very good at it. I have a lot of great friends that help me out.
Hey, Steve, ask her about differential equations.
Oh, I have not
Can't
taken
do
that. Haven't taken DPQ. Nope. But
do
I have a lot of awesome friends that have always helped me through my math classes, and yeah, I'm really good at algebra.
The road grader that tried to start itself on fire, haven't heard anything from those guys either. I'm assuming that one is fine too. That's a mechanical engine, so I don't think there'll be any long-term consequences from that other than the alternator, which they already replaced. So that one should be good to go.
Oh, Silas, I hear you. Muscling through your DPQ.
Yeah.
I never took it, but I hear it's really bad.
Differential equations is stupid.
Are you gonna flip another card?
So here's the problem with
Calc 2 sucked.
No, here's the problem with differential equations, right? You take a semester-long class about differential equations, and then the last 2 weeks they're like, oh, here's Laplace transforms. And you're like, what was the point of this class?
No, Calc 2 is the class that makes or breaks you. It did almost break me, but I took it in summer school and got an A.
Yeah, Calc 2 is bad.
Yeah.
We took Calc 2 in the same together.
Yeah, we broke up during Calc 2. That's how rough it was.
Uh-oh. Live stream down.
The mathematicians from the boys. Hey, I'm a girl.
What do you teach? She teaches math.
Yeah.
High school math.
Polite. I've had a lot of professors in grad school politely give me a C, and that's all I need.
D's get degrees.
Nope, C's in grad school.
Yeah, good luck, Paul. Differential equations it's not that hard. It just seems
Oh, how long
pointless.
have we been married? 5 years.
4 years.
4 years. It will be 5 in November.
4.5.
Oh, we got someone else. Pizza. Please get
the boom for the crane. Okay, well. Interesting. Here's the deal with the crane.
It could be turned into a drinking game.
I wanted to work on it over the winter. The problem with it is the track pads were frozen to the ground, so it already had problems trying to move, and I didn't want to break something trying to pull the track pads up off the frozen dirt. Now that the frost is out, so we can get back to work on that. However, I don't know 100% whether or not the crane boom exists. It's at a piece of property that my family owns all the way over in western part of Iowa, and there's not a reliable person I can ask to go look for it, so I pretty much just have to take a trip over there and kind of see if I can find it, which is, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it might be hard to find over there. There's a lot of junk.
What's this one?
We already did that one, I think.
Did we do that one? Yeah, we did. He was worried about not knowing what to talk about.
What do you think about all the YouTube shenanigans? She's coming around to it, is how I would put it.
Yeah, it's been a slow start, but it's been interesting and good for us, I guess.
Do I know about Fadal CNC mills? Very little. They're not popular here for whatever reason. I don't think Warren is proud of me. He doesn't like
Never
me.
try to buy from a hoarder.
Can I try using Google Earth? I'll try. I don't know if Google Earth is on, I don't know if Iowa's on Google Earth.
It's really slow to update where we live.
Yeah.
Just because we're not in an urban area anymore.
Yeah. The satellite updates here about every 5 years.
Yeah. Who do you watch on YouTube?
Oh. Who do I watch on YouTube? I watch a lot of people on
We
YouTube.
sound like Bob Newhart. I love Bob Newhart.
Yeah, a lot of people have made that observation. I don't know. I like South Main Auto. That's probably my favorite one. I like some of the machinist guys. Keith Rucker and A-Bomb 79. I love watching New Level Auto, but I'll be honest, some of the stuff he does is over my head. I really like Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Ivan over there, that's a great channel. Musty One for sure is a great channel. What else do I like? JC Smith Projects, love that one.
So they asked what your day job is.
This is my day job.
Yeah, he is a mechanic and a fixer of all things great and small.
I do watch Andrew Camarada. I'm not really that big into excavating, so it's not like a lot of the stuff that he does isn't super interesting to me. But I generally get a kick out of watching him try to fix
all watch
something.
the same channels. Your opinions on Dodges?
Oh yeah, definitely watch Jonathan W. Don't buy a Dodge. No Chrysler products, please. DeBoss Garage. Yes, I do watch DeBoss Garage. Although I have to say I liked it a lot better when he worked on stuff instead of just building projects, because projects aren't that interesting to me.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I don't want your semi to break down by far, but it would be cool. That's how he got through college, is fixing semis.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if it breaks down, we'll try to get you back on the road. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because those are expensive when they happen.
Did you study English in college? Oh no, fun fact about his English skills. He got accused for plagiarism twice because of his vocabulary. The teacher didn't believe that his vocabulary was as good as it is.
I only remember one. No, I don't know.
I can't read all these comments. They're so fast.
I can do English. Yeah, I know. It's hard to keep up with it. Do I watch Warren at Western Truck? Yes, I do. Sometimes. I find his videos sometimes are hard to watch because he uses a head cam, and it really it gives me motion sickness. So sometimes I'll watch his videos, and if it's something that is very interesting, I'll try to kind of watch it. And hey, JC Smith. Yeah, I find it hard to watch. Sometimes I just kind of turn it on and listen to him and let him explain what he's doing. Guy's very knowledgeable, especially about John Deere tractors. I have difficulty watching his videos, which is a shame because he has good content.
Hi, puppy. Hi. Hi.
Colin, you got to stop baiting me with that forklift, man. I'm going to be up there to get it. Do I watch Turn and Rust? Possibly. Are those the guys? They're down south, maybe Alabama or Arkansas. I think I've seen their channel before. They do like panel trucks and stuff.
Oh, can I say the dog's name?
Yeah, Max.
It's Max. Yes, I know. We said your name. Yes, I know. Kisses.
Yeah, JC, I get frustrated with that too. You'll make a part one, and then there's no conclusion. It gets busy, and on to the next thing. Yeah, Tim, I definitely watch Zip Ties and Bias Plies.
What's wrong?
Although some of his videos, some of it's a little bit juvenile even for me. But I like him as a whole. Especially when he's doing stuff with weird old Ford trucks. That's funny to me.
Sorry, I can't read the comments. I'm too far away.
Yeah, City Spiders, I agree. I don't have a cameraman. I should make a video, I guess, about how I do my videos. Because I have a lot of little gadgets that I use to hold the camera so you don't have to suffer through me doing handheld. Because I find handheld videos are impossible to watch. It gives me motion sickness.
I know. You're so... Okay.
Yeah, JC, I'm sure he's just busy. It's tough to have continuity like that, especially if people are tuned into your videos to try to learn how to do a repair, and you get them halfway through it and then there's no conclusion. That's always tough. Dad was a volunteer firefighter. I watch fire videos. Well, that makes sense. My dad was a grumpy mechanic, so I watch grumpy mechanics videos.
He's not that grumpy.
Eh.
How long does it take to edit a video?
It depends on the video. So the longer the video, the harder it is to edit, of course. Mostly because there's so many clips that it gets really, how do you put it? It's hard to manage all the clips and make sure you don't forget something.
Someone linked you're draining the oil over that eagle's nest.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm surprised that somebody actually got through that part of it. Yeah, Zoidberg, that's high praise. I like Eric's. I like all of Eric's videos. I got to be honest, I can't always make it through all the brake job videos, but any of the diagnostic stuff that he do is great. Yeah, Diesel Creek, that's a great video, or a great channel too. Again, that's more like excavating stuff, which isn't super interesting to me, but I've been watching his forklift project. I think that's really cool.
What are your sports teams? He doesn't watch sports, but I am an avid Cubs fan, Blackhawk fan. So.
Yeah, we're not too far from Chicago, so Chicago teams.
And my Redbirds, the Illinois State, if I don't really watch them, but I support them.
Brian asks if I'm getting away from machine tools. Kind of. Just because there's... I don't know how to explain it. It's easier to get work doing repairs than it is doing machining, at least in this area. So I'm just kind of... I'm phasing out the field service machine tool stuff because of the family. It's hard to travel, so I'm very motivated to get work that I can do in my own shop. Hey, thanks, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Says our channel is awesome. Great to see a skilled mechanic who knows what he's doing. I agree, man. I hate seeing bad information on YouTube or any other part of the internet.
Someone's asking me a question. Do you spend too much time in the garage? It was a lot worse when he had to go to the shop, but now it's not so bad. He can come in whenever I need him to, or if I'm getting too frustrated, or if I say it's dinner time, he can come eat with us, which is great. So I wouldn't say, and I can go visit him, which is awesome. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't say too much time. But he does spend a lot of time out there. Mm-hmm. Now I missed a whole bunch.
Hey, JC, don't buy one from Harbor Freight. I made that mistake. The Harbor Freight sandblast cabinet, it's excellent at spilling sand all over the floor. It doesn't really do anything else well. But there's a bunch of add-on like dust collectors for it. I should look into that. But yeah, buy yourself a Trinco or a real sandblast cabinet. Don't mess around with the cheap one.
Max is a great dog. He has calmed down.
Yeah, he's calmed down a lot.
He's like about 5 years now. He's 5 years old or so now, so he's calmed down a lot.
I think he's 6.
Our biggest concern is just he still likes to cross the road, so...
Yeah, we're really worried he's going to get hit on the road.
We're working on that.
We're probably going to do an invisible fence, if we can learn that. Oh, yeah, Marty T, yeah. Tell you what, that guy got so lucky with that excavator video. Can you imagine, like, the amount of stars that had to align for that to happen? I think it has like 7 million views now. Like, number one, there had to be an abandoned excavator near his house. Number two, it had to be given to him for free. Number three, he had to be able to get it to run. And number four, he had to be able to post a video and get all of those views.
Oh, they're telling us we're very photogenic. I tell you that all the time. We have a photographer friend. She always wants to get us to take a picture, but he won't do it.
Radio frequency fence from Tractor Supply works well.
Oh.
Is that one where you just put the transmitter out and the dog can go a certain range?
Come on, ask questions. There's a comment, and then we have to find the comment.
Yeah, I mean, Marty T's a smart guy, and I like watching his channel.
That's very dramatic.
But man, he got lucky on that excavator. What? Sorry.
Someone saw their dog get hit. That's like very dramatic.
My brother saw his dog get hit 3 times.
And yeah, like no, different dogs.
Mm-hmm.
3 different dogs.
Yeah, Super Mario Auto Diagnostics is awesome. That guy is highly underrated. He should have way more.
Thankfully, you can't see my eyes roll because I'm in the car and he's too busy showing you how the
do we
brakes
have
bleed.
advice for the newly married? Yeah, don't get married.
Rude.
Too late.
Don't do any of the things we did. It is all about compromising, which we are still figuring out. That's all I gotta say.
The trick to being married is you got to both be super headstrong and not willing to compromise.
It's the exact opposite of what I just said.
Yeah, JC, I try to get her out there as much as I can.
I'm helping because I'm home. I got nothing else to do right now. No one's showing up to my virtual office hours, so.
Yeah, Jonathan W. So I was just looking on Facebook Marketplace. There's a guy who has a 1917 Chalmers car for sale.
I agree, Tim. Every day is a learning experience.
And the engine is not stuck. He wants $5,000 for it. I'm super tempted to go buy it. I just don't know. I don't know anything about pre-war cars, or that's even like a pre-World War I car. That would be so awesome. But yeah, Jonathan W. gets into that super crazy old stuff like that all the time, and it doesn't scare him at all, which I find very impressive.
Now they're all giving us marriage advice.
Yeah, we're going to go back to Location X before too long. I promise.
I don't think I add to the videos other than sarcasm and
That's mostly what I add
B.
to.
What is it? B footage or whatever it's called.
Chalmers is a Mopar ancestor. Well, maybe I'll stay away, Michael. No Chrysler products around here. Morocco, Northern Africa.
Yeah, I was like the like country.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Go buy that car.
Mr. 3000 GT, man, you're gonna encourage me to do something bad.
I wanna buy a new car, and by new I mean like new for me, and it's not happening.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's too busy fixing cars.
I saw that video, JC. That was pretty funny. Are you gonna fix that thing up, or what's the plan?
I don't know
with it?
why all these girlfriends hate bleeding brakes. It takes like 3 seconds. You can be on your phone while you do it. Just tell them to get over themselves and go out and do it. It's fine.
When I was a kid, my official job in the shop was to help my dad bleed brakes.
Like seriously, I got in trouble because I wanted to charge my phone while doing it, but
Because your car wasn't running.
you got a new car, the Chevy. So funny. You guys are so funny.
Do more videos on my pickup truck. That won't be a problem. It needs some work. Actually,
Some work.
I've got a shelf full of parts to put on it because it's a Ford and it's 25 years old.
You want to be on video too, don't you?
I never heard of a Chalmers either. And Jonathan W has a Franklin, which is a very cool car.
Battle duty.
Well, that's a good idea, JC. T680 Kenworth.
Max, come on. I don't know why you're being so. Where's your bone?
Well, Arthur, yeah, I don't want to shock the dog either. I'm hoping that he's smart enough that he'll understand that there are boundaries. In the summertime, it's not a problem because the corn grows up around our house and it basically becomes like a living fence. The problem is right now in the wintertime because, the doors are closed on the house. We don't keep a close eye on him, and then he likes to wander across the road. So
Hi, Netherlands. We actually live in an area that has is traditionally Dutch immigrants.
Bunch of Hollanders around here.
We are, myself included. So I like to read all your comments.
Yeah, green crusties, there's your problem, lady. Yeah, Erico's got a lot of good sayings. I need to come up with a cool sound effect like what he has and then just totally copy him.
Hola.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not for shocking the dog, but I also don't want to see him get killed on the road. So, which one's worse? And I don't know if it's practical for us to build an actual fence here.
It's way too windy. I hear like people that have built fences here, they've mostly blown down. It doesn't shock right away. Oh.
Go buy the Chalmers. It's probably sold already, guys. That I've never seen a pre-World War I car for sale.
They're gonna keep giving money and study money until you fully commit.
That wasn't a Model T.
I want to visit Duluth. I don't know why, but I really do.
YouTube mechanic, I instantly think Eric the car guy. Yeah, so I don't know. Eric the car guy was kind of.
No, I don't know Dutch. My grandma does. Well, my great grandma did, but I don't. I'm sorry.
You're kind of ein bisschen Deutsch. I don't see a lot of Eric the car guy videos because he was really popular kind of before I got into YouTube. So I started doing YouTube about the time my son was born, and by that time he was kind of already moving away from repair videos and into project videos, which, like I said before, like projects aren't really they're not my cup of tea. I'd rather see repair type videos. Or I don't know, like quick project videos like what JC Smith does where he's, like the project is moving an axle forward or the project is fixing an engine or something, but not like we're going to build some crazy thing that's never existed before. That's not really my bag.
We have,
Yeah, she's doing distance learning with her kids already. So she does video lessons and uploads them to a website.
Yeah, and that's when I learned how much our uploading speed is terrible.
Yeah.
And I can relate to Wes trying to upload his videos now. And
Yeah.
that's why he does a lot of it at night.
We've got to upgrade our donkey-powered internet. It takes me an hour-long video. It takes 14 hours to upload. Is the Chalmers a touring?
Hi!
I don't know. It's a two-door car. So I don't know if it's a touring or not. It has a wooden, partially wooden chassis.
He's not the screamer. I would be the one screaming in the videos.
If you start screaming like Scotty Kilmer, we're getting a divorce.
Oh, I'm just really loud, naturally.
What do I think about Scotty Kilmer?
You literally just said we would get a divorce.
Yeah, I do not endorse Scotty Kilmer. Although, now he's gotten away from even doing any kind of repair videos. He just
they
talks
wanted
about...
to know about our first cars.
He just talks about how cars suck.
My first car was I got it from my great-grandma.
A Pontiac.
It was a Pontiac something other. It was granny tan, interior and exterior, and you had to pump the brakes you had to pump the gas pedal 3 times before it would start. I got stranded everywhere.
It was a carbureted car, I think. It was a Pontiac 5000, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. Hey, kiddo.
It was one of the first... It was one of the first transverse engine mounted Pontiacs, the compact cars built in the mid-80s.
You want to say hi?
Yeah.
It was in mint condition, but it was, like an 80s Pontiac, so it was, complete junk.
Yeah.
And then my first car was a 1989 Ford F-150 with the 300 straight 6, and it had a 5-speed, the 5-speed Mazda transmission. That thing was awesome.
Hi. Huh. He's not talking to me.
No.
What's the biggest mistake I made? I don't know. I make mistakes all the time. Yeah, well, I grew up with carbureted junk, but, city girl over here, she didn't know what to do with it. Pontiac 6000, maybe that's what it was. 6000 LE, I think is what it was.
Maybe.
Or 5000 LE.
It got me to and from school and to and from work, and that was all that mattered.
I think the thermostat was stuck open the entire time she owned it, so the heat never worked. Of course, I never fixed it.
You didn't fix anything in that car.
No, you didn't have it very long.
I quickly upgraded to a Camry.
Yeah, Toyota Camry after that. That was a good car.
And then I had that until I got my RAV. Because I know you guys all cared about my cars, and Wes isn't talking about any of his.
No, you cannot pay me to rebuild a Clark lift cylinder. Take it to a real hydraulic shop. It's standard deal
Got it?
for a hydraulic shop to do that. I'm terrible at rebuilding cylinders. I'll have to look at the Chalmers and see if it's sold. I don't know. It's probably gone. That kind of thing doesn't come up very often. Any advice for a kid that wants to be an up-and-coming heavy equipment mechanic? Go to an independent shop and ask for a job. Don't go to a dealership. Go to an independent shop, ask for a job. And doesn't matter what the job is. I started out sweeping floors in a shop. And just see how you like the shop environment. Don't go to a trade school before you know whether or not you're going to like doing the actual work. That would be my advice. And I never went to a trade school, so I can't help you with that part of it. But yeah, go to a shop, see if you can get a job. Where did the 1650 Oliver, it's not really technically mine. It belongs to one of my relatives, but he's too old to really do anything with it, so it's kind of on a permanent lease here, or a permanent lend. So basically I'm in charge of taking care of it, and in return I get to use it. So that's the deal with that. Doug Ray, $20, and no questions. I know. If you got a question, Doug, ask away. Yeah, I know, man. You guys should check out 73 Diamond Rio. He's got a cool channel, especially if you like old dragline cranes. The 6000 sucks. 8.25 miles per gallon. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hold on. These comments are going too fast. Are there really 627 people watching this? Hey, see you later, JC. Thanks for stopping by, man. All right, Manny says I should have pushed the International that came back with the missing oil sump bolts, or the oil pickup tube bolts in the wheat field and burned it to the ground. I don't think I'm going to have to. They'll be lucky if they get that through a state inspection another year. But, you know, I can't tell the customer to scrap the thing. I just do what they want, which is to fix it. So I tried to do that, and then I screwed it up. But we eventually got it right. Hi from Bloomington, Illinois area. Been there many times. A lot of good times there. My wife went to Illinois State, so we know the Bloomington area.
Do you need water in your knee?
Driving an 04 Trailblazer running super rich and has a check engine light. Well, you better check the... Get yourself an OBD2 reader. Probably got a bad O2 sensor. Lustful Vengeance. I don't have a question. I just love your videos. Well, thanks, man. That's very encouraging. Very encouraging. I don't want to make the videos if people aren't going to like them or watch them or, you know.
I'm getting drunk during this live stream.
Can you plug my phone in? It's going to die.
Yeah.
Well, good news. We're getting the wife
Sorry.
drunk.
Sorry.
Hold on.
If
people.
it wasn't obvious before.
All right, there we go.
Don't worry, I have this handy dandy calculator.
Haven't seen a bad video yet. Well, stand by. There's always time. '93 Ford Explorer. Is it worth going to the trouble? Not around here. Those cars rusted like crazy. If you're down south, maybe it's worth it, but there are no '93 Explorers in Illinois that are worth driving. Period.
I'm drunk, wifey.
Hey, Wheelie King. Drunk wife is always a good time. This one gets kind of belligerent.
I do.
Starts fighting with other girls.
I fight with a lot of people, usually, when I'm drunk. Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, man. He just goes too fast. Hey, Joe, I don't know. It's hard to pick what kind of project I like. I just like to keep a variety of things coming through the shop because I get bored really easily. Well, that sucks. I can't believe that the coronavirus is holding up a project. No, you gotta get, just run the barricades, man.
You're wrong with the barricades. Please don't do anything illegal. We don't condone that.
No, we don't. We don't condone that. Everyone should self-isolate or whatever. Do I think the International 3850 will come to the shop? I don't know. It's going to go somewhere. Possibly to my brother's house. We're going to put an engine in that. We just haven't gotten around to it. Bossy Mama.
Got the Blues. We enjoy the Blues Brothers. I mean, we are from Illinois, Chicago. We love the Blues Brothers.
They've got scamods.
Yeah. Drink your beer. You need to play catch up.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. They go so fast. How long have I been putting out videos? So I think I did the first video about just over 3 years ago. I started doing the YouTube when my son was born because, you know, editing the videos and interacting with people on YouTube was something I could do at home while I was watching my son. My wife was taking a night class for her master's degree, so he and I would spend, you know, 2-3 nights a week together, and the YouTube was something I could do with him, you know, him around, so that's when I started doing the YouTube videos. And I didn't take it very seriously for the first, I don't know, year or so. Really? Don't worry, I'm well on my way to getting pie-eyed. This Boulevard stuff is pretty strong.
Ride or work on motorcycles.
Exactly, Joseph. State County Municipal Offender Data System.
What are your thoughts on motorcycles?
I don't know. Love them.
We have a lot of rust because they salt the roads.
Plus, there's a lot of gravel roads here, and gravel gravel roads are like a double-edged sword, right? So they put salt on them in the winter to melt the snow. Then they put salt water on them in the summer to keep the dust down. And it just destroys
Thanks.
vehicles.
Thanks, Caprice.
Thanks, Caprice. $20 for liking the Blues Brothers. Yeah.
Well, we're
Probably only seen it 100 times.
only on a mission here.
We're on a mission from God.
Yeah.
Do I know the European Ford Mondeo? I do not. We don't get hardly any European cars here. The only ones we get are the crappy watered down ones.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
He wants me to buy that 1917 Chalmers. I
What?
will try to find out about it. Please stop sending me money, please.
Just for that.
Please stop. That is too much. Way too much.
All the rest.
Explorers being worthwhile anywhere. Yeah, those. I just can't believe they would replace the Bronco with the Ford Explorer. What a letdown. I mean, the Broncos rusted out like crazy too, but they're still valuable. People want the Broncos because they had a real engine in them. Detroit Cummins Cat. Which would I rather have? Probably a Cummins, just because it's easier to get parts for them. Mondeo is a Ford Contour head. We used to have the Contour here, which was, I believe the Ford Contour in the U.S. was just a watered-down Escort.
They're asking about CNC machines again.
Um,
Do you still farm? We never really farmed.
no, we're not farmers.
Mm-mm.
My grandparents were farmers on both sides, but
His parents live on a farm, but it's more his mom. But it's an animal farm, not a
yeah, they're just livestock. They
Yeah.
don't really do crops farming.
crop farming. That's what I was looking for.
Drunk wife, good life. Well, we'll see. Where's our son?
He's watching videos.
Oh,
Kids YouTube. It's the best.
it is nice that people make really good videos for kids. Boulevard 80 Acre. I'll have to try that. We don't get a whole lot of Boulevard beers in our area.
Why are all these people sending? Oh, they're sending me kisses.
Well, they wouldn't send them to me.
You're a little hottie.
Hope to see you work on the Inslee
Have you seen that
again.
kid you have and that dog? You're like, you make all this on YouTube.
Well, I'm trying to. The dog is just a showpiece for me.
Yep.
Jillian Patterson. Hold on. Says, hello. Just
Yeah.
loved watching you work. Grandpa was a mechanic. Used to call him shortly. Died at 92 years young. Taught me most of everything I know about cars, and good to see your family and everybody okay. That's awesome.
I had to teach my grandparents how to FaceTime so
bet
they
that
could
guy-
see me during this quarantine. So.
I bet that guy hated fuel injection. Any more kids planned? No. Can't afford them. Too expensive.
We're kind of overworked by the one we have.
Yeah, 1 3-year-old can run us right into the ground.
His brother's DVD.
Come on, man. You gotta stop. That's too much, man. You gotta
Do you
stop.
have a P.O. box?
Seriously.
No, we don't.
We've talked about doing that. I just have never gotten around to it.
We've also talked about merchandising because my high schoolers think he needs merchandise.
I know, we're working on it. I'm trying to work
get
on
me a
that
ball.
stuff during the shutdown.
get a
I just
ball.
haven't got done.
Go.
You should $500 Alice Chalmers forklift. You should buy that. That sounds great. Those are cool little forklifts. The Alice Chalmers were really compact. When I was a kid working in a shop, we had a tow motor. A funny story, it accidentally ran over my foot one time.
You can take your motorcycle out for a ride. You just gotta watch your curfews and, stay 6 feet away from all other vehicles. It's
Yeah,
fine.
people are riding motorcycles here.
Yeah. Just don't go. I mean, even if you're with other people, just stay away from each other.
351 or Chevy 350? Well, which 351? 351 Cleveland, Windsor, or M? You gotta qualify that. Oh man, vasectomy. Don't bring that up.
Checking a Corona.
Yeah, I know. We'll try to do the Inslee. I have to try to figure out where that boom is.
Oh, someone sent you a kiss.
Yeah, lost his. Yeah, it's true. Obesity does get a lot of truck drivers. You gotta.
Oh, they tell you you need a beer koozie. I'll get you one.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, you're living on the road and you got bad food and limited exercise. It does happen. Yeah, I try to post some Amazon links sometimes. I don't know how to keep up with it. And a lot of it's repetitive. You know, like I use the same stuff all the time. I need to just set up a store. The generic one, please.
We don't have any generic koozies, so just hold this one up this way. Otherwise, it says Bradley.
Oh, that's fine. People can.
We'll support a college.
Yeah, Bradley University. That's fine. Brian Ball, enjoy your videos, especially when you explain the way things work. Thanks for all your efforts. Thank you, man. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a visual learner, which is I think why YouTube is so good for me.
Oh,
I could read a 1,000-page manual and probably have zero idea of what's going on, but if I could see a picture or even better a video, it's like it just instantly makes sense for me.
Oh, what's your favorite tool brand?
I don't have a favorite tool brand. And if you
Oh my
watch
gosh,
the video
go to
about,
bed in Germany. It's 2 a.m.
yeah, if you watch the video about my toolbox, it's just full
You can
of
watch
whatever.
this later.
I just buy whatever crap whatever tool I can find to. Is this not charging? You gotta plug it in.
Yeah, it should.
You didn't plug it into the phone.
No. I'm a terrible tech person.
I don't know if it's working or not. We'll just assume that it is.
Wifey doing less work. I'm not a very good mechanic. I took a hammer to an oil cap and it did not end well for anybody.
I don't know what Little Quicks is. Sorry, I don't get that reference. New toolbox is working okay. I think I might go back to a smaller toolbox though, just because it's so hard to move that thing around. And I like to move my box around. I don't like just having it in one spot.
My cousin really likes her Nissans. She doesn't have an Altima though.
She has a Sentra.
She has a Sentra. She really likes it.
Nissans are kind of hard to work on. Hard to get parts for.
Favorite tool?
I don't know anything about dieting, so don't ask me about
What's
that.
your favorite tool?
My favorite actual tool?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably a hammer.
That's a good one.
Or the welder, MIG welder. That'd be my favorite tool. You can solve a lot of problems with a MIG welder. Or an oxyacetylene torch. No, I do not have a P.O. box. We're working on it.
Favorite tool brand? Did we already cover that one? I
I
think we did.
like Proto. Really like Proto tools. We're adorable together. Did you know that?
Oh, I did know that. I tell you that all the time.
A mill. I don't know. I have an Index milling machine and a Mitsubishi milling machine.
The shop came with the house. It was probably one of our biggest selling points. We wanted the shop more than we wanted the house.
Yeah, the house is just kind of here. The shop is awesome.
Yeah. It was kind of what we were looking for. We wanted to move somewhere where we weren't so in town, close to something type of roads, and have a shop. So.
Opinion on Chevy trucks. I think Chevy trucks are good. The only thing I don't like, it seems like the ones that were built from about 2010 until 2000, maybe 14 or so, are not nearly as good as the ones that were built before the recession. They rust worse. They have a lot more electrical problems. The build quality just isn't as good.
Everyone want to know about our kid plans.
Oh, I would advise you to avoid any car that was built in the post-recession years, but especially the GM ones are bad.
I feel like we've answered a lot of these questions.
Well, but people aren't going to go back and watch that. So that's
Oh,
why
go
they're
back and
asking
rewatch our live stream, and you'll see all the answers to our questions.
It's fine.
What's your career? I'm a teacher.
Yep, she's a teacher.
I am teaching from home, sorta, as much as I can.
How do I balance working on stuff and all the time to keep the wife happy? I don't. She's not happy.
That's what the wine's for.
No, we do not have a P.O. box. Don't ask. Possibly someday. She doesn't even try to work on her car.
I know.
I get her to do, some things here and there, but
I did fix my headlights. You should watch that video. It's not one of his most popular. But you should watch it, because I'm pretty entertaining in it.
like it when you admit your mistakes. Here's the thing, I make mistakes all the time, so it's either own up to it or everybody's going to figure it out. If there's anything that I know about YouTube is that people are going to catch every little thing that you do wrong. So might as well just come out and say it.
Do you like the Captiva?
It's fine. Don't really have a strong attachment to it, but it seems like it's a pretty well-built car. Structurally, it just seems like maybe the Ecotech engine was a big letdown.
I put air in my tires. Tell your sister or whoever to just do it, because otherwise she will end up with a flat tire, and I've ended up with lots of flat tires, so I just learned the hard way to always put air in my tires as soon as that light comes on. Just do it. Especially if you have an air compressor in your backyard.
Do you make good money on YouTube? Oh, so 351 Windsor, I would take over a 350 Chevy. Just my opinion. Do you make good money on YouTube? Sometimes. So it's kind of an interesting question. I would advise you, if you're an aspiring YouTuber, do not judge the success of your channel based on what happens in October and November and possibly the first part of December, because that's when all the advertising is slamming the internet because of Christmas. So usually you can make decent money in those months, and then the rest of the year you're just kind of treading water.
I don't know what's in your box.
So I'm not a huge YouTube channel, so it's not like we're making a killing on it, but it does help.
Oh, are left-handed screwdrivers like left-handed scissors? Wild goose chases? I think so.
I don't know. I'm right-handed, so I guess I can't answer that question. Altima. We don't have a lot of Nissans in our area. I don't think there's a Nissan dealership.
Yeah, there
anywhere
is.
near here.
There
Where?
is.
Quad Cities.
No, there's one in Clinton. That's where Amber got her car.
You're outing us.
I know. I'm terrible.
Neutral droppers, yeah. So I feel like Neutral Drop is a super polarized channel. Like, people either love it or they absolutely hate it.
Someone has a Dutch.
I just think it's funny. The guys are out there having a good time. They don't have any agenda. They're just messing around with junk cars. So I don't see how you can really have a problem with it.
They're saying we have a lot of bot commenters. That's interesting.
I don't know what to do about that. Sorry, guys. We're very inexperienced at live streaming. Yeah, Andy Mechanic. I don't know how he gets those girls to work on those bikes or cars or whatever.
Do you play any instruments? Okay, I feel like some of these are fake. I think we figured it out. Oh, you need a mod. What's a mod?
All right. Who
Like
wants
a
to
moderator?
Who wants to be a moderator?
Like,
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure this out. All the accounts posting emojis are bots, except for this one that posts emojis. There we go. How about that?
make the love stream.
Sorry, guys. I'll have to appoint someone to be
Some
a moderator, I guess, because I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I have some right tools. Right tools are really good. But is this person the same person?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, man. I cannot keep up with these comments.
Oh, they're saying all the women. Rude. Rude that all the women are. But
I
I do understand what you're saying. Some of them are.
I don't think that's true, but it seems to be that way a little bit. I'm a mod for abandoned mines. Yeah. I don't know. We can suffer through it, I think. Do I help with the housework? Sometimes. I'm not very good at it.
He's usually in charge of the kid.
Yeah. I can watch a kid.
He does help with cooking and cleaning up the kitchen. So.
Ford Broncos forever. If you can find a Ford Bronco in Illinois that's not completely rusted out, you're doing something amazing. Because they are all junk here. Which sucks because they are cool. I tried to buy a Bronco for my first car, and just couldn't find one that wasn't a complete rust bucket. Yeah, those 5.4 3 valves.
House tour. No, we won't be doing a house tour.
The thing about the 3 valves is that most of them have already had all the problems fixed with them, so you don't run into a lot of the broken off spark plugs anymore. Used to be guys that just traveled around fixing those. Stop. There. How about that? Sorry. All right, maybe we should wrap this up. We're starting to kind of wind down, I think. Love your channel. Pretty smart, mechanical, and electrical engineering. Very inspiring. Thanks for posting the great content. Thank you, sir. That's the idea. I don't want to just be one of the guys that goofs around. I want to sort of try to keep it serious, but not be some kind of stiff robotic person that tells you can only do things one way.
The kid is watching videos in the other room.
Yeah, we got him on the automatic babysitter. Do I ever think about getting another BMW? Probably not. Once they started doing twin turbochargers and stuff, I was done. The old naturally aspirated cars are cool. I'd love to have an E30, but those rusted out like crazy here. So if you can find an E30 here for less than $10,000, there's not enough of it left to fit in a Matchbox.
What's next for the rollback?
Probably gonna sell the rollback, just because we don't use it that much.
Oh, what's the story with the Oliver?
I already told the story with the Oliver, so
Okay.
watch that.
Stay safe. We're trying to stay safe.
Yeah, really, I find it hard to be serious for a long period of time, so that shouldn't be a problem. How's my brother's construction business doing? I think he's doing okay, except for the current little hiccup in the economy. And also the weather. His business is extremely dependent on the weather, so as soon as we get some nice weather, he'll be doing fine.
You're welcome.
I feel like these are just repeating old comments.
No, someone said goodnight.
Well, that's fine.
What repair have you had the biggest headache with?
I don't know, probably that stupid international plow truck.
That plow truck was pretty bad.
That kicked my butt. Yeah, that thing sucked. I've had other things go pretty
Good
terribly
night.
wrong before, but that was the biggest one that I remember in recent history. All right, this person is getting removed.
Don't let the trolls get you down. We laugh at the trolls. Laugh.
All right, sorry guys, I'm trying to remove some of these bots. I don't know what their motivation is. Oh, those old IDIs are super reliable. They just they have no power. My brother's got an IDI Ford truck. I think it's a 6.9. It has 350,000 miles on it. With a hide that person.
Who? This
All
one?
the ones that have 2 emojis at the end are all fake. Just the hide user on the channel. He finally had to stop running it because the whole thing completely rusted apart, but the engine's still fine. It was 4-wheel drive too. I think it had like almost 300,000 miles on it when he bought it, and then he put another like 50,000 on it. Truck gets like 25 miles per gallon, but it finally completely rusted out.
Are you gonna do any rescues from the woods?
We're gonna get there. We just gotta get some nice weather. So I'm tired of freezing.
Yes, I do still have my RAV4. Thank you for asking. I love that thing. I will run it until, like, you know those cartoons where the car just kind of crumbles?
Like at the Blues Brothers at the end.
That's
where
gonna
the
be
car
my
falls apart?
That's gonna be my RAV4. It's just gonna slowly crumble, and then I'll have to get a new RAV4. But they're expensive, so.
Hold on.
Oh, thanks for loving the channel.
There we go. Hey, by the time I get all these bots swept out of here, we'll be tired of live streaming.
It's time to get the kiddo to bed anyway.
Yeah, probably so. James Meyer, love the channel. Thank you, sir. It's very nice of you.
A joke cooking video.
Can't help but notice with Mama Bear there, the live stream is going smoothly. Yeah, no kidding. This would be a total disaster if it was up to me.
Somebody in the comments wanted a Q&A with me, so I had to show up.
Despite what impression I may make in the YouTube videos, I'm not a very personable guy, so that's why I have her. She's my ambassador to the world.
That's no joke. He really does do that a lot to me. Like, hey, I need you to come talk to these people. And I'm like, they're the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah, but I feel like I want to strangle them. Yes, she is a public school teacher. And a damn good one at that. Good night, Tim. Between you and Squatch, I stay sane. I'll tell you what. That guy, I don't know how he stays focused on a project for so long. I would go insane. That kind of like discipline to just slowly and methodically, like one tiny little sub-assembly at a time, rebuild something. That's in a different league than me.
I'm your PR department. It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I am.
God forbid I do it myself. That would end horribly. Oh man, part 2 of the Kingway. I'll tell you what, Vincent, if you want to do a part 2 of the Kingway, I'll send it to you. I built it and I've never used it. Somebody might as well get some good out of it.
It was like this.
Conspired to get old Squatch married. I don't know if he's married or not. He never talks about his family. I assume he's a bachelor, which is how he has all the time to do all that stuff, but that's really none of my business.
I'm glad you're fixing your RAV4 too. Like, they have really good sellback price values, but just holding on to them is probably the best bet, especially if yours is as old as mine.
Oh yeah, Toyota RAV4s have incredibly good resale value.
But they're also just very good, and Wes here doesn't terribly mind working on them, which is kind of nice. Whenever I start mentioning new cars, I'm always like, how hard will it be for you to work on? And he's like, just stick with your RAV.
I'm telling you, Wheelie, that's why you got to be married. I tend to be a little bit abrasive when it comes to people, especially people that I don't like. So that's why I keep her around. She's much more diplomatic than I am. Yeah, Diamond Rio, he's very methodical. Very methodical. I mean, what are we up to? Like 37 videos now on that cat engine, and we still don't have a cylinder head installed?
Yeah.
I mean, I made a 3-part video about rebuilding an engine one time, and I thought, this is so long, no one will ever watch it.
Shy Tom!
So bored in the truck, y'all are entertaining me tonight. How are you guys doing with all the restaurants being closed at the truck stops?
Yeah.
Yes, I do watch Andrew Camarada, but I'm not really into excavating, like I said. So I watched his repair videos, or I cringed my way through his repair videos.
There's no human.
Squatch is not human.
Does Andrew ever mention you? Probably not.
I doubt he watches my channel.
We eat a lot of pizza. Even, yeah, pizza is Friday's pizza night.
Yeah, once you get past the E46 BMWs, I have no idea. I've never worked on one.
My RAV4 is a 2007, but it is pushing 224, 230,
227, I think, the last time I drove it.
It's up there. I don't slow down very often, so I think this is the least it's been drove in a long time.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I assumed that the restaurants would have like a way to call in your order maybe or something, but it's weird that, like I said in my video, the coronavirus has turned our entire economy into like these weird kind of one-off drug deals. Like we got some takeout Italian food the other night, and it's like you pull up to the curb and you kind of flash your headlights, and someone comes out and takes your cash and hands you a package. It's like super shady. Yeah, Toyotas do last forever. So she had a Toyota Camry before this. The only thing that ever went wrong with that car ever is the battery died once, and the transmission shift cable broke one time. And other than that, nothing.
I was
ever
in a
happened
Target
to it.
parking lot, and it broke. But I think did my shift cable go out in my RAV too?
No, I've never fixed the one on the RAV. But those Camry shift cables, that was a notorious problem for those. Please do more on bigger trucks. Yeah, I can't choose the content for the videos. It's just whatever happens to come my way. Camarada is a hack, but he's very entertaining with his repairs. I imagine that that's not an accident. He's not doing that stuff. How do I put this? He's making YouTube videos. He's not making repairs. T03 GMC Envoy.
The Speakeasy.
Yeah, those straight sixes are good engines.
Uh,
When am I going to organize the shop so it doesn't look like you just moved in? Probably never. Have you seen my old shop?
He gets into really weird bouts of organizing, and then he like calls me over and is like, "Hey, come look at my organization. You'll love it." And then I'm like, so cool. And then he gets just depressed because I'm not super amazed
Land
by
Cruiser
it.
throttle cable broke, ran a shoelace through the hood vent. That's ingenuity right there. Wish we got those vehicles here. The Land Cruisers we get in the U.S. are all watered down.
Wow, if my RAV makes it to 300, that will be awesome, and my dad will probably disown me, but...
I don't see why it won't do it. 227,000 miles.
Cool.
We've never put a wheel bearing in it. Never put a ball joint in it. Brakes and tires, batteries. That's all we've ever done to it. All that and rebuild the entire engine.
Everyone's concerned about this crane.
Yeah, I know. Everybody wants to see me finish the Inslee crane. Yeah, I know. 40-part video about building that truck. But that thing is cool. 3126 Cat and a Ford F350. You don't see that every day.
They want to private message you.
Just send me an email. mail@watchwestwork.com. Yes, of course I watch Pine Hollow Water Diagnostics. That guy's... Ivan is the man. No.
It did not blow up. It was consuming oil at such a rate that I was putting oil in it like every other week.
Yeah, it was burning a quart of oil every 400 miles. There's a TSB on it, several TSBs about it, about those engines, but there's one specifically for the RAV4. Toyota released an updated piston and ring design for that, so we took the engine out, replaced the pistons and rings, and everything's been fine ever since.
Another question about CNCs. We moved away from the CNCs for a while.
Yeah, we're kind of moving out of the CNC stuff just for a lot of reasons, mostly due to family. TSBs are forever. No, TSBs applied just to certain serial or VIN number ranges. So a TSB is just a mechanism for the manufacturer to communicate to the dealership. So I can't remember what it is. Something bulletin. Anyway, TSBs are monitored by the National Highway Safety Administration or something. Anyway, like I said, it's a way for the manufacturer to communicate to the dealership what a problem is And if you have access to service information through AllData or Mitchell or whatever, you can see TSBs, and a lot of times it's kind of like having a silver bullet as far as fixing a problem. So something comes in, technical service bulletin, there you go. So if a vehicle comes in, the first thing you do, you look up the VIN number for a TSB, and a lot of times the manufacturer is already aware of the problem, and they have a set of instructions on how to fix it, and they just spell it right out for you. So
I'm ignoring all these questions and going back to the one where they asked us what our favorite thing to do together is.
I don't know.
I'm going to say watching Ken Burns documentaries because that's how lame we are.
Yeah,
He has had me watch so many of those, and then I made him watch the country music one. It's pretty awesome.
Pick a white person activity. That's pretty much what we do together.
Yeah.
Skydiving? No, I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
A good solid documentary. That's where we're at.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too early to say about that ceramic brake lube, but if Eric goes using it, then I'm sure it works good for the duration. Are we having fun yet? Do we have a bowling alley? Yeah, my wife's actually on a bowling team.
I'm a sub.
Yeah, she's a sub for a bowling team.
Yeah. My average went quote unquote high for me, and I'm very distressed because my mom who runs my league or runs my team on my league has the one rule that you always get your average. When your average goes up, it's very difficult, and I don't know why you guys brought it up. Don't bring it up.
I don't know. Around here, Toyota resale value is excellent.
Yeah.
We've got a good Toyota dealership in the area. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Toyota cars in the area, and the resale value here is good, very good. The Tiger King, yeah, I saw that on Netflix. We'll have to watch that.
Yeah, our bowling alley's closed too.
Yeah, golf course is closed here too.
Yeah, my dad's really sad about the golf course. I'm supposed to go sign the petition, and I haven't yet, so.
TSBs are vague at best most times. Not the Toyota ones. Toyota TSBs are awesome. I mean, you still have to have the service information because it's not going to tell you step by step how to do the job, but it gives you all the information that's not in the service information already, which is all you really need.
CVT transmission. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. I don't know that much about automatic transmissions in general, especially CVTs, so I just don't know.
Oh, we're in the Midwest.
Yeah, northwestern part of Illinois. What made you start filming originally? All right, so that's a difficult question to answer, but basically there were some things that let's see, how do I put it? There were things that I had taught myself how to do that I couldn't find.
Because it was getting warm.
Yeah, I couldn't find any reliable information on the internet about how to do it, especially videos about how to do it. So I'm like, well, this doesn't seem too hard. I can just make one myself. So I made my...
That's what I said about golf, but I still haven't signed the petition.
Yeah. So I made the first video with my cell phone. It was terrible. 2 parts. I had used the YouTube editor to splice them together. And I thought, well, this isn't viable. So I figured out how to use a camera and how to use the
I better go sign this petition.
free editing software. And it kind of just went from there. I'm not that good at it, but we're getting better all the time. Worked for GM and Dodge, found TSBs didn't help much. I don't know. Especially when it comes to like programming issues, the TSBs can be really helpful. Like the stupid, the stupid GMs with the flex fuel. The TSB tells you exactly what the problem is with those, where they start running. What is it, rich or lean? Because the alcohol content decides to just make itself too high or whatever. What do I think of that 3/16 steel plate roof Andrew put on his container house? I don't know, man. Somebody said that he had an engineer sign off on all that stuff. I'd like to know what that guy was smoking.
I stopped reading because I went to go sign the golf petition for my dad.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, supposedly all of his stuff's been inspected and signed off by an engineer. I just not... Without really seeing it firsthand, I'm kind of skeptical about that. But hey, if it works for him and it's his money, I don't care what he does. He wants it to last forever. That's gonna do it, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, like, when you start out with YouTube, there's really no incentive to do a good job because video editing takes so long, and it's very non-intuitive, especially if you've never done it before. So a lot of people just kind of, throw together videos until they get a few views, and I totally understand that. Would I do a PM on a semi if I supplied the parts? Yeah, I'm sure we could. I can supply the parts, doesn't matter. Good night from Lake Zurich. Gotta work in the morning. Well, good luck, man. Glad you're still working. And we should probably sign off on this pretty quick.
Yeah, we should.
All right, guys. A couple more minutes, and we're gonna sign off. Got to put the little guy to bed. You only use AMSOIL. Well, you have to bring that then, because I don't have an AMSOIL dealer here. Yeah, I don't know. I hear like DeBoss Garage said one time that his guy is spending an hour editing for every 1 minute of video that they produce. That's insane. If I had to do that, I would stop making videos. But typically a video for me takes about 3 hours to edit, maybe 4 hours. The longer it is, the longer it takes, because you just have to watch the video. Basically, a whole lot of editing is just watching video clips. And usually when I have to put together an hour-long video, I typically start with 2.5 to 3 hours of video. And by the time that the video is actually done being edited, I've watched the whole thing in its entirety at least 3 times. So, yeah, it takes a long time. All right, anything else you want to say?
No. I mean, I'm only here for moral support.
No, it's not the computer that's the problem, Paul. It's the video itself. I mean, if you want to put together that much video content, you have to watch it, several times, and it just takes a lot of time. Watch JR go for no other reason than he's being so positive. Yeah, I can understand that. He is a positive guy. I think he's a little bit unrealistic sometimes about the projects that he's gotten himself into, but maybe not. Maybe this stuff really is as good as he says it is. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make as much money as a banker. That's never going to happen. Have an insanely fast computer and video editing still takes forever. Yeah, I mean, the actual rendering takes a long time, but you don't need to be present for that to happen. The editing just takes time.
A chatty person.
And I don't do crazy, editing. I don't use any effects or zooms, or I don't even really use transitions or anything like that. Most of my stuff's just what they call jump cut editing, and it still takes me a lot of time. But the editing is where if I could say anything to people making YouTube videos, the editing is the most important part. You can take a video that's completely unwatchable and make it something that's very enjoyable just by editing it. Opinions of Scotty Kilmer. The guy speaks for himself. I don't need to have an opinion about that. Do I watch This Old Tony? Yes, been a subscriber to This Old Tony for a long time. What's my labor rate? It's not that much. I can render a 2-hour video in 15 minutes. No, it takes me about 1.5 times the video length to render a video. That's in 1080p, about 10,000 bits a second or whatever.
Remember that one time where I got bored?
Okay, we'll sign off. All right, everybody, we're gonna call it a night. And we'll try to do this again some other time. So thanks a lot for watching. Thanks everybody
Night,
for
everybody.
doing the super chats and all that stuff. So yeah, thanks a lot, everybody.
Bye.